controversy, a new winner has been announced for the 2019 year's Junkanoo Parade. BUT President on Grand Bahama discussing issues through a special called meeting. And the renowned Bishop Neil Ellis on Grand Bahama will tell you why.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Well, it is official. The results of the 2019 New Year's Day Junkanoo Parade has been overturned, and the Platinum Knights has been declared the winners of that parade. It has been a contentious back and forth since the unofficial results were announced, with members of the Platinum Knights charging that they were cheated out of the win. The Platinum Knights launched a vigorous protest, and today their cries were answered. Italia Hall reports.
Chairman of the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee, Kevin Russell, confirming that the Platinum Knights and the Classic Dancers filed a protest. An appeal hearing was held on January 21st, and both groups were able to present their case before a panel.
We had 4 independent persons from the community. We then had the National Junkanoo Committee co-chairs in the name of Mr. Dwight Marshall, as well as Ms. Kishlene O'Brien. And we had also Ms. Dotson there, who was physically at the meeting. We had the 2 co-chairs by a conference call. And we went through the rules, and we decided that the penalties that were assessed to every group, we looked at it and it was assessed in the wrong manner.
He says the decision was made to judge the parade on the points that were calculated by the judges alone, because the points calculated by the penalty committee were not in accordance with the rules.
Time and time again, we came in here, Mr. Smith and myself, and made these rules in place. I think it was decided by the group members that as opposed to they chose 5 persons from each group as a penalty judges. That was in contravention of a particular section of the rules, which asks for a group leader, asks a group marshal, 3 independent persons, and the penalty committee chairperson. That was not observed.
The official results were then announced. In the B Division, Freedom International Ministries placed 4th, the Bushwhackers in 3rd place, Sting Grand Bahama in 2nd place, and Showtime in 1st place. In the A Division, the Classic Dancers placed 4th, the Swingers in 3rd place, the Superstar Rockers in 2nd place, and the Platinum Knights walk away with the top award for the 3rd consecutive year. The chairman says this mishap has called for the committee to revamp the entire system that is in place.
What is the rule in Grand Bahama should be the rule in Nassau, should be the rule in Abaco, should be the rule in Exuma. And what you're going to see immediately after the Junior Junkanoo Parade is we're going to start getting things done, and we're going to pretty much employ a lot of the old guard who came back and told us that we'd like to help out too, because this is our culture. And right now, what happened should not have happened. It's a black eye on Junkanoo. So we're going to try and clean this up.
Leader of the Platinum Knights, Thomas Curry Jr., says he is thankful to God that the process is finally over and now the group can move on.
I want to say hats off to the National Junkanoo Committee, the Grand Bahama Junkanoo Committee, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Junkanooists, the other groups, the people of Grand Bahama. They finally got it right. It was a long process, but now we can move forward. And everyone knew what the results were from day one. So now I guess we could do all in celebration. I think with the old things that have been happening for the past couple of years, it's a great thing now to get this aside and start new. Start with everything over, get it right. It's nothing like getting everything right.
Give me my things. Give me my things. We got them again.
The Platinum Knights won with 3,087 points. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
There you have it. Well, students at the Moores Island All-Age School have been out of the classroom since Monday. President of the Parent Teachers Association, Ganva Stewart Johnson, says this move is in protest of a number of issues at that institution that has been outstanding for many years.
One of the subjects that they're really crying for is to have a religious studies teacher. Therefore, the high school cannot skip the BJC nor the BGCSE. They cannot take that exam. because therefore they do not have a teacher. And also at the school where they're requesting to have some type of technical courses at that school, which that we do not have any at all. We also have a major problem with our bathroom situation. We have 158 children, and all of them have to use that one block. We had to get to the point where we had to break the primary break from the high school break, their break, their snack time, and their lunch time. We had to do that different also, just so the children them know how the interfere with one another when it comes to using the restroom. But our concern is when the primary children go and use this restroom, the high school come around and use the same restroom also. We just want them to separate it.
Now, District Superintendent for North Abaco, Dominique McKenzie Russell, says she's only aware of the absence of a religious knowledge teacher at the Morris Island All-Age School. She says while the matter is being addressed, the challenge is finding teachers to relocate to that island.
What I would have asked the principal to do is to relook at the timetable to see where we can give support, because the person, like I said, did not show up. And it's very difficult because we have we really need teachers. We need persons to decide to come into the profession, because once you would have had someone slated to go somewhere, and because of whatever issues they do not come, it means that you have to try and look other places, and we really have not found anyone else to replace that person who should have come. I'm not certain concerning the bathroom issue, because what we normally do every year is we have schools send in a repair survey so that whatever needs to be done is done. And so if the bathrooms are not working at this stage, I'm really not aware of that. However, we do have another repair survey that is going to be conducted in February. So if they do have a bathroom issue, that would be addressed in our summer repairs for this year.
Meantime, President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers on Grand Bahama for a special meeting with educators. In this report, she discussed issues impacting education on this island. Megan Shepard reports.
President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, on Grand Bahama for a general membership meeting with the Grand Bahama District teachers. Wilson says the meeting went very well and a number of internal and external matters were addressed. One of those matters addressed was a recent incident on island.
The concern that we're keeping a close eye on in Grand Bahama is the incident with a parent who would have verbally threatened one of our teachers. So we're keeping a close eye on that. I would have communicated with the principal, and I'm awaiting a report from the district superintendent.
Wilson offers this advice to teachers who may be put in uncomfortable situations.
We deal with hundreds of different characters, personalities on a day-to-day basis. And so for our teachers, we always say to them, try to walk away from the situation, but protect yourself.
Wilson says that health and safety is always a major concern for both teachers and students. Now, in light of a recent physical altercation in New Providence, Wilson says that teachers have come together to draft a health and safety and discipline plan.
Teachers would have sat in the staff room and they would have drafted a health and safety and discipline plan, which to my understanding, beginning today, they're going to work the plan. So teachers have rostered themselves to be in strategic positions in the school, and they have a reporting mechanism. They'll be able to monitor and to check for uniform infractions and overall general behavior of the students. I believe that will help with tightening up the day-to-day operations, but also making sure that the teachers and the students are safe.
Wilson adds that on June 20th, 2018, the union presented to the government what she calls a very comprehensive new collective bargaining agreement to the government.
We are waiting a date for us to begin negotiations, which should be shortly, and we also are waiting the counter proposal from the government. But we have a lot of matters in there about health and safety, about curriculum revision, about lesson planning, about evaluation, about the rights and duties of teachers, in addition to a financial package. And in that financial package, we are asking for a 20% salary increase over a 3-year period.
Megan Shepard, SEDNS Network News.
Thanks, Megan. Well, the Small Business Development Center is set to launch on Grand Bahama this coming Thursday. The hope is to ensure that potential entrepreneurs as well as small businesses are provided with the tools to sustain a successful business. Well, this is in partnership with the University of the Bahamas, the Ministry of Finance, as well as the Chamber. Town meetings have already begun in New Providence and Exuma, and now the hope is for Grand Bahamians to take advantage of this vital service. Small businesses are the backbone of the Bahamas' economy, and now a center will be launched to help teach small and medium-sized businesses how to succeed, whether it's through increasing revenue, decreasing cost, or through diversification. Senior Business Development Specialist with the Small Business Development Center, Nicholas Hicks, says a series of town meetings will be held on Grand Bahama to provide more information on the center's mandate and how entrepreneurs can develop a thriving business.
The reason why it's important for young or more mature persons to join this program is because you'll find a lot of small, medium startup businesses may be successful or they have a great vision, but when it comes to executing this idea 360, 100%, a lot of times there are certain aspects missing. So sometimes the marketing may be off. You may be the best fisherman or the best landscaper, but sometimes your marketing may not be the best. And when you come to the Small Business Development Center, your advisor is picking away and understanding your entire business, the full wheel of it, and able to state, this is great, but you also need to focus on your pricing model. Maybe your pricing isn't the best. Maybe your networking isn't the best. How would you get this client versus this client? Maybe we need to maneuver you to this location to speak with this person. Or sometimes it's simple as understanding the processes of the regulatory environment. How do I apply for exemptions? Things like that. All that our expert advisors will bring to allow you to make sure your business is successful.
He shares why persons interested in or who may already be in business should attend.
At the Small Business Development Center, if you're a startup company, you must go through a 2-week training class. In this 2-week training class, you learn a lot about the basics of business and finance. After the 2-week training class is done, you go into advisory. If you're an existing business, you automatically go into advisory, where you meet your one-on-one advisor who helps you in all aspects of your business to execute what you were doing in the startup class and to help you prepare yourself for success.
During the town meeting, the group will also talk about access to funding.
The Bahamas government has mandated $5 million for the next 5 years, so $25 million for the Small Business Development Center to guarantee up to 75% of all loans through financial institutions to small, medium, and startup businesses. So what this means is this 75% collateral will assist with the chances of receiving funding and hopefully with a better interest rate as well.
Town hall meetings have already begun in Nassau and Exuma. The town hall meetings for Grand Bahama are set for Thursday, January 31st at Bishop Michael Elgin at 6 p.m., Saturday at St. Nicholas Anglican Church in High Rock at 6:30 p.m., and Monday at 8 Mile Rock High School beginning at 6:30 p.m. In news from the crime beat, officers of the Central Division conducting a special operation in the Central area yesterday dubbed Clean Sweep. 5 persons were arrested for various offenses, including stealing from a vehicle, shop breaking, and the breach of the Shop License Act. They are expected to be arraigned before the magistrate court sometime this week. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.